Good. How are we doing?
How was
your practice?
Good energy. Again, thought we were right there with Seattle. Lots of positives, despite not coming away with a win. We're right there. We're really close. So just getting us to continue to buy in and believe in our growth, and that the tides will turn.
Back-to-back kind of late game situations in the fourth quarter. Where did you improve from Chicago to Seattle, and what's going to take to get over the hump?
Yeah, it's a possession game, right? The difference in winning and losing is so small, and so there was just a stretch there in the fourth where we missed a couple of very makeable shots around the rim that then turn around and turn into a layup down the other end. That's a 4-point swing, and then a Gabby Williams 3. That's a 5-point swing, and then that jump ball, in our own. That one was just kind of the backbreaker, right? Where you lose that jump ball, you could have had better positioning early, and they go down and get an N1, and a flagrant on top of it. So it's just crazy how possessions are magnified. So really getting us to understand the amount of focus that it takes to be able to win a game. It's not easy. And it takes a certain amount of focus every single possession. So we're getting better. I thought we did show a lot of growth.
You've talked so much about how much chemistry on and off the court is going to equate eventually to wins. Now, at what point, it feels like you were putting in more specific strategy, more specific sets today. Is that kind of where you guys are at, where you feel that you have the team where you want them, now executing that vision on the floor is next?
Yes, and, we played the last two games without Paige and without Ty. So those are your two floor generals, right? Your two people who really help you to be organized out there. So we've had to figure it out on the fly and try to help them still be able to feel comfortable and get to actions that we like. And I thought, credit to all of them, I thought Dejanay did a wonderful job stepping up and in a spot that was needed. It's been a little, there's been adversity already. So once we get everyone back and healthy, we'll continue to find the rhythm, and everyone will settle into the style of basketball that we're after.
Do you have an update on Paige and Ty going forward?
Still day-to-day questionable as far as I know.
And they didn't practice today?
No, Ty did not practice. Paige practiced, but non-contact.
Non-contact, got it.
Coach, you seem to take a democratic approach to just like the team and everything. What kind of fuels that mindset?
I try to be level-headed. I just try to be an anchor for them and not get too high and too low. And at the same time, I've got to find those moments to really hold them accountable when they need to be. And so, we've been having good, tough conversations about where we need to get better and, what's not good enough at this level. And so those honest conversations, while uncomfortable, are going to help us get better.
In the absence of, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And so in the absence of Paige and Ty, what have you seen from some players that are maybe getting to take advantage of the opportunity to have more minutes and more opportunities, frankly?
Yeah. Liking what I'm seeing from Isaiah. I know, she struggled a little bit from the floor, but she impacts the game in different ways, had a bunch of nice scoring passes, and defensively is just really understanding our concepts. So feeling more and more comfortable with Isaiah. And then you saw Louisa get some extended minutes there, and excited about what she brings just as a different look from the post position, somebody who can pick and pop, stretch the defense. And it's just just has a savvy about her to help us. When that first action breaks down, she's another good connector and smart player that can keep the ball moving and get us into next action. So, those two for sure.
Looking to tomorrow, just talk about the Sparks' inside presence and what you guys have kind of worked on to combat this.
Yeah, Sparks, well, it starts with their guards, right? With Guam and Odyssey and Julie. They started all three of their point guards last time, so they got all sorts of quick guards that can really put pressure on the paint, score it, and facilitate. And then with Dearica and Azare, you've got inside-out present post players that are extremely athletic and can beat you inside and out. So again, that's a tough task, right? Because you've got to guard everyone all over the floor. And so pick our spots, right? You give attention to the guards, try to keep them out of the paint. Does that loosen up the post and give them space to play? So excited about another challenge, another opportunity for us to continue to grow defensively and establish our identity.
How would you say you're handling your first real taste of adversity as a head coach in the WNBA?
Yeah, just leaning on my support system, leaning on, that GM bucket, our coaching staff, and my mentors to just trust and stay the course and continue to do the work. Right? I need to show up consistent every single day, regardless of outcome, for our players, and continue to exude belief and confidence in them, because that's the only way this thing is going to turn.
Coach, this is more of a management question, probably, but I guess Dallas City Council is having some votes today about the new arena. Would that bring much more excitement to the organization once that gets passed?
I didn't catch all of it. Asking about the arena.
Yeah, the new arena and the practice facility.
Yeah, we're excited that the city's investing in us, and can't wait to have both of those facilities. It's just going to raise our level for sure.